It's time now for an in-depth look at the global markets this afternoon, and for that I'm joined on the line by Mr. Daniel Yu, global strategist at Kiwoom Securities. Mr. Yu, thank you as always for coming on.
Thank you for having me today.
So yesterday, South Korea and Japan finally went toe-to-toe at the World Trade Organization over the export restrictions. It's understood that Japan would not generally win much support for its position. Do you think Korea made its case? And what happened in Geneva generally?
Sure. While the conflict between Japan and Japan triggered by the economic retaliation following the ruling of the Supreme Court, the Korean government strongly opposed Japan in the World WTO and held a quite heated public debate with the international communities. But the Korean government asked Japan to meet on one-on-one meeting, but Japan has rejected the proposal for the dialogue, repeating their previous position that Japan's export control measures is necessary for the national security purposes. The Korean government said that Japan's regulatory measures are aimed at the semiconductor industry, which is the Korean core industry. Also, the risk of harming industrial production across the globe beyond Korea was emphasized and demanded immediate regulatory withdrawal. Continuation of the dispute is lingering on. It might take a lot longer time than just suggesting the public debate for the time being.
Yeah, well, yesterday was also the last day that the Japanese government would be officially accepting public opinion about taking Korea off of its white list. Now, that's with its trading partners. It's reportedly received some 30,000 opinions from the public at home and abroad. Tell us about that opinion, and what do you think the final decision will be?
Yes. As a result of the Japanese government's revision of the export control regulation and the exclusion of Korea from the white state, white nation, as the retaliation against the judgment of the Supreme Court on the Korean Supreme Court decisions, the 30,000 more comments were received, according to the Japanese government. According to the Yomiuri newspaper, the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry have said that starting January 1st, it began to receive opinions on this issue and concluded on the 24th of July and received over 30,000 opinions. These opinions were received both domestic and overseas via internet and emails, and it seems that most of them are estimated to be coming from within Japan. Yomiuri said that more than 90% of the respondents agreed to revise the trade control laws, which excludes Korea from the benefiting of the streamlining of the export procedures. Clearly, this seems to be escalating between Korea and Japan. In terms of actual reaction or actual decisions, we will find out quite soon, but it doesn't seem looking good for the time being. I think that we need U.S. somewhat of intervention in regards to settling this measure.
Indeed. Now, other trade issues sent Wall Street mostly up Wednesday when second quarter earnings came out. Also looking forward to trade talks with China coming up soon. Take us through the action there and here in Asia.
Sure. As you said, U.S. market started sluggish on the news of investigating the antitrust concern among the large top IT companies of the U.S. by U.S. Department of Justice. But throughout the day, nicely recovered because of the news that China and U.S. will be resuming the trade negotiations. With this, most of the markets kind of recovered. Only index was down was the Dow because of the Boeing's results. But NASDAQ was up 0.85%, S&P 500 was up 0.47%, and Russell 2000 was actually up 1.64%. So very strong recovery. Now, we know that clearly there's economic slowdown happening on global scale, and we are expecting rate cut by various countries. And the tech earnings are coming in quite nicely for U.S. So all is about what's happening to the earnings as well as the trade dispute. So the reaction by the Asian market, it's various. For the KOSPI, it continues to go down since yesterday because of this Korea and Japan dispute. But most of the other markets seems to be recovering nicely. Nikkei is up, and Shanghai is up also again.
Very good. All right, Mr. Yu, that's where we'll have to leave it today. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you very much.